Boris Johnson has been urged to deliver Brexit on time in order to counter the escalating threat of Vladimir Putin's increasingly belligerent Russia, an MP has urged. And Daniel Kaczynski has accused Germany of betraying the rest of Europe with a controversial energy deal struck with Moscow. With barely 6 months to go before the end of the transition period on December 31, there is little sign of breakthrough in talks aimed at thrashing out a wide-ranging free trade agreement between the UK and the EU. However, Mr. Kaczynski, MP for Shrewsbury and Atcham, said it was imperative the Prime Minister did not succumb to the siren calls of those advocating a delay beyond the end of the year, for reasons of national security, as well as economic ones. Mr. Kaczynski was speaking as a group of U.S. senators confirmed they plan to introduce legislation expanding sanctions on the Nord Stream 2 natural gas pipeline between Russia and Germany, which critics claim will boost Moscow's influence in Berlin. More broadly, recent months have seen Russia mount numerous military exercises in the Baltic, the Arctic and the Black Sea, irrespective of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. He told Express, "I have discussed the importance of this problem with Boris Johnson in the past, and earlier this year, I pressed the government to act. But ministers informed me that we can't impose unilateral sanctions because, during the transition period, Britain is still bound to Brussels' sanction regime. It is therefore more important than ever that the Prime Minister does not extend it. We have a duty to our NATO allies, especially those on the front line in Eastern Europe, to take back control of our foreign policy, reinforce the American sanction regime, and make sure that Nord Stream 2 is never completed. The fate of more than one nation may depend on it." Mr. Kaczynski said, "Now that we have finally left the European Union, it's time for United Kingdom to step up and help to kill this project off once and for all. It is difficult to overstate the scale of the betrayal this pipeline represents. Germany is a NATO member, committed on paper to the defense of the continent against potential Russian meddling and influence.